2005, during an E3 press conference, Microsoft announced a new title coming to the Xbox 360. And they showed a teaser trailer for it, and it just blew me away because it had this atmosphere and this whole eeriness to it that totally made me want to play it. I have been anticipating this game for 5 years, and that title is Alan Wake. Now, Alan Wake is about the main character, who you'll play as, Alan Wake, and his wife Alice, who go on a vacation in this mysterious town called Bright Falls. Now, without giving away too much of the story, because I definitely don't want to spoil it for any of you out there that haven't gotten a chance to complete it or even play it yet, Alan Wake is all about trying to find out what has happened to his wife Alice, who has gone missing. And there's just craziness that's involved. A lot of mysterious, eerie things go on in the story that definitely make you want to keep playing. The presentation and the way in which the story is told is simply amazing, just because it's broken down into 6 episodes, and it's very similar to like a television show. And after every chapter or every episode, it ends with a cliffhanger. So that definitely makes you want to keep that controller in your hand and keep playing to see what happens next. Even though Remedy, the creators of Alan Wake, categorized this game as a psychological action thriller, which it definitely is, it's hard not to also look at it as a third-person adventure or even a third-person shooter, because there's a heavy emphasis on shooting. The gameplay works really well, and it's fairly easy to get used to. You'll be going up against these enemies, which are called the Taken, which are basically like shadowy type of people that love the darkness, and anytime they get next to light, that's basically their weakness. So, you know, they kind of power down a little bit. So all you have to do is use Alan Wake's handy dandy flashlight to shine it on these Taken creatures and basically shoot them, and that's it. Now, it does get a little bit repetitive, which is a bummer, you know, but it still works well, and it's rather fun to do. When you play on the higher difficulties, it's gonna take a lot more than that, and you're gonna have to use a lot more strategy because you'll be ambushed with more Taken, and they're a little bit stronger. There's also an exploration side to the game. Even though the game is fairly linear, you'll be put in these wooded areas, and the woods just seem like they go on forever, even though they don't. But you can go around the woods and explore and try to find many of the collectibles that are hidden throughout each area. Graphically, I can say that Alan Wake looks great. Not so much the character models though, but the environments are simply stunning just because the lighting effects are so well done. Now, while the game isn't necessarily scary, I can say that the creepiness and the eeriness of the woods in the dark just totally captivates you, and it definitely gives a lot of personality to the game. The voice acting is extraordinary and definitely some of the best that I've ever heard. Not to mention, the music in this game is awesome. There's a lot of licensed music in this game, and after each episode you'll hear licensed music, which definitely adds to the effect of the game and makes it feel like it's like a television show. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of value in Alan Wake. Once you complete the game, that's it. You already know what's happened. There aren't any multiple endings, and that would have been awesome if there were multiple endings, but there aren't any. However, if you're a completionist, you're gonna wanna go back to each chapter and try to collect all of the collectibles. There's manuscript pages, which is awesome because it gives you a more depth look into what's going on in the story. There's television shows that you can actually sit and watch or stand and watch. There's radio shows that you can go back and listen to, which are pretty cool. And there's also thermoses, and they're all hidden all throughout each chapter. I'm hearing that there's DLC, which is supposed to be released in July, which I'm really excited about. And hopefully Remedy will continue to support Alan Wake and keep bringing out episodic content for us to play. So there you have it, guys. Alan Wake is a game that you should definitely check out, especially if you're a story-based gamer. If you love playing games that have a great story, this one's for you. Although the gameplay does get a little bit repetitive and there isn't too much value left in there, the story definitely makes up for it, along with the presentation. So my final score for Alan Wake is going to be a 9.0. I really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what DLC comes out in the future. I'm going to thank you guys for watching this video.